future of hip-hop. Are you ready?
You ready to kick some ass?
You did it again!
Turn it up.
Turn your radios up. Yo, turn it up. Fire up another joint. Yo, rockin' with
Charlie Glass.
Hear the percussion, kill the shit like it's nothing. These other rap phonies ain't killing shit. They bluffing, they give you nothing, still huffing and puffing until you every dollar. So I feel I had to butt in and make it holler. A gentleman, a scholar. You say you high, I'm taller. You see the thing is I'm the king, that's where the Jerry Lawler. Hat rack me something crazy, look like it's 1980. Throw on the Jerry Rice, Joe rockin' the number 80. You see I learned to be a better me, and ever since I have upgraded in enemies. So obviously you ain't hearing a novice. See I'm on my old thing McGrady shit, and you McGrady currently. Well, I'm just clowning on a motherfucker. You apple sweet, you in my count up in this motherfucker. We smoking loud up in a crowd up in this motherfucker. A crowd in which you're not allowed, you little motherfucker. Try, then they try again, but they just ain't like me. And they think they fly so fly, then realize they just ain't fly like me. Well, I hope one day that they can say they're living well, they so happy. Cause that's the day they say, okay, I'll never be quite like that boy BC. Grab a Dutch and break the trees, man. I got looks, I don't need gang. I got love, I don't need fame. But for love, you gon' feel pain. And for pain, you gon' feel strength. And the ball to keep your haters at the arm's length. And the pure willpower set the game's pace. So when you hit the finish line, they say you run a mean race. Mean face of competition, cause I feel there's something missing. That something's me, so domination be my only mission. This spit so fat, I need a dietitian. To use my words as fucking ammunition. Rock the show, no intermission. Shit, see I'm a beast, but on the ground floor. Slide you out the way, treat your career like the screen door. When I live on pristine, showing lines with my eyes on the sunset and maybe get a little rest. But for now it's pure grind mode. And I swear I give my all for every one of you. And until the day I find home, I'ma know that there's a lot of fucking work to do. These bitches be satisfied, their dreams never ratified. And they know the reason why is cause they not as right as I. Catch me with the reddest styles, catch me with the baddest bitch. Catch me working overtime, I miss me when I'm filthy rich. Try, then they try again, but they just ain't like me. And they think they fly so fly, then realize they just ain't fly like me. Well, I hope one day that they can say they're living well, they so happy. Cause that's the day they say, okay, I'll never be quite like that boy BC. I'll never be quite like that boy BC. I'll never be quite like that boy BC. I'll never be quite like that boy BC.
You're listening to Charlie Glass, Underground Express.
Introduce yourself to the world. Let everybody know what you're doing.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Birdcall. I'm from the bustling metropolis of East Windsor, Connecticut. Can't drive any direction without seeing cows. I'm a hip-hop artist. I like to call myself an alternative hip-hop artist in comparison to a lot of what's going on in the mainstream right now. But I like to make sure that everybody has something to connect to in my music. And I hope that you guys enjoy what you hear tonight. If you've heard of me, thank you for tuning in. If you haven't heard of me, I hope you enjoy.
Definitely. We put on 2 of the tracks that you sent over. I get a lot of conversation in regard to what goes on in CT with the hip-hop movement. So why don't you explain to the people how you got started, what type of music influences you, and where you are up to date?
Right now, I'm, well, when I first started anyway, I was mostly just, doing house parties. I was having fun with it. And I put out this mixtape called Birth of Birdcall Volume 1 when I was in that circuit. I actually ended up bumping into my first real show outside of just playing house parties for 30 packs. My first real show I played, I met up with Clockwise, and he liked what I was doing at the time. And, he kind of started putting me on some shows and started working with me musically and stuff. So I got to thank him a lot for putting me to the point where I can be where I'm at now, and doing, cool numbers to the latest album and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's just, I just had fun with it, and it just kind of progressively turned into something that I took real seriously and wanted to make sure it was done at a level that was professional at all times. But as far as influences, I mean, I'll be honest, a lot of my hip-hop influences are mostly 90s influences. Like I like EPMD a lot, DOS FX, stuff like that. I mean, as far as current artists, I mean, I can listen to Wale a little bit. There's a couple people around right now. They're all right, and I get into. But the heart of me is really into that '90s, KRS, BDP, that whole movement, and a lot of punk rock. Like, I mean, I grew up on Black Flag and Dead Kennedys, Minor Threat, stuff like that. So I feel like the whole '90s hip hop movement and the punk rock movement were so close together. It was just like, screw authority. This is what we think, and what you think is wrong. And it was just that whole kind of crass and brash delivery that they had that I really try to put into my music. And it's just a thing where there's a certain attitude of punk rock I like to have within my lyrics, and the way my lyrics are delivered and my beat selection is to even go as far as that.
I like that. You can definitely hear the '90s influence, and it's funny you brought that up because I get this with all the real lyricists as far as I'm concerned. We came out of the '90s. The '90s showed us, and gave us some great things. My favorite lyricist is Nas. I think Nas was on a lot of people's lists when it comes to what you said, and we had statements to make. So in saying that, what do you feel? Because again, everybody has been pushing on this '90s thing. We got a lot of watered down hip hop and rap that's in the scene right now. What do you think about what's going on, and what's going to allow you a position to play and maintain what you do?
I think a lot of what's going on right now isn't necessarily that all of it's bad. It's just the stuff that's bad and replace it. This is my theory. I'm in no way a music expert, but my theory is that they're putting on these really watered down rap acts because they're replaceable, and there's nothing a label hates more than talent at this point. Because let's take it outside of rap. Let's look at even rock music. You get a Good Charlotte comes into the game. They put out 3 albums. All 3 of their albums sold very, very well. So they have a 3-record deal, and at the end of the 3-record deal, they're like, okay, we sold you a lot of records. We want more money. And they're like, sorry, there's a bunch of bands that do exactly what you do. So why would we pay you veteran money when we could find someone else who's no one heard of, make them a star, and give them the rookie minimum? So, I mean, that's the whole thing. Is like, you look at, there's certain people that have staying power, like Jay-Z and Nas are still relevant. You can't replace those two. I think for a second there, like when Wale dropped his album, I thought he was the next one to be like, you know what, this cat's got his own lane. And then he started just kind of falling with everybody else, and he almost fell into the trap of just having to be like everything else. And that's unfortunate. But you look at it, and it's just all these cats are so replaceable. And I think what's going to help me out, and I might never be at the success level of someone who has a single, who is on a major label, and that's not necessarily my goal. My goal is to find a way to, whether it's living in squats and with roommates for my entire life, be a musician as a career. Like, I don't care if I have a ton of money. I just want to make music for people, make them enjoy it, make their lives a little bit better, and live a fun life while I'm doing it.
As far as your visuals and the whole presence of the social media thing, how do you feel about this? How do you feel it's either helped you or hindered what you're doing?
As far as visuals, I think there's never a bad time to put your face anywhere. And that's just me, because my whole thing is, like, my music is so close to what I am as a person. Like, it's been nice to be able to make music my personality and have people enjoy it, because I don't act. Like, there's nothing about my lyrics or my style or how I say things that isn't exactly how you think I would say it when you meet me. And it's not like you watch my video. I have a video where me and Clockwise are hanging out next to an abandoned highway in front of a pile of logs. And the song is called The Birds to the Streets. The video has neither of those two places in it. Like, we just try to be funny with it. And I just try to have fun, because it's really discouraging to see how many local artists and even big-time artists walk around and mug everybody, and they don't have fun. And it does nothing for me to see somebody walk in and be the tough boy. So to me, it's just like, make music, whether it's fun or not, but enjoy yourself. Like, I mean, it's cool, even if you're making music about how much your life sucks, if you're not enjoying making it, why are you making it? I mean, I understand that there's a point of, like, it's like a journal or a diary where you write these things down, and instead of writing them down, you can make music and make a career out of writing things down, even if it's depressing. I support that. And I think that's awesome. But it's when you intentionally just try to intimidate and harp on other people's good time, and that's your lane, I just have a hard time seeing that as a sustainable lane for you to make a career out of, unless you're like a 50 Cent who's just really good at it, or he's just good at being the bully. And even him, like, he's got a smile on his face when he does it. I mean, that dude will go on an interview and start singing someone else's song and be like, they suck. I mean, he's just got this charisma about him where it's like, okay, he's a bully, he's funny. But it's the people that just don't have the personality to back up the bashing and the lack of fun they have with their music that it depresses me. And I just want to be the polar opposite where, man, like, if you find me somewhere, like, you know, grab a beer with me and hang out. Like, I don't want to be the, oh, nice to meet you, walk away and hang out with all my friends. Like, I'm in this to meet new people, artists, fans, anything. Like, I'm in here for the connections and the life experience more than anything else.
I like that, and I think you're going to travel a very far place with that, having that type of attitude. And I think that's the approach that a lot of artists are lacking, also in this region. Because, again, they follow suit of what's hot instead of going with the heart and really putting out some good stuff. And I know Clockwise have done some great things. You guys travel in the same circles. I'm glad also that you decided to support us, and I hope that you'll still come out. We're finding I have the venue, I have everything set, but I don't want to make an announcement until I have a contractual agreement so we don't have to worry about this moving again. It was a sudden type of thing, but, again, I want to extend a thank you to you for even coming on and volunteering to perform for these people for a great cause. So I want to take the minute to say that to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's stuff like that. I mean, like I said, if I didn't come out and do things like that, then me saying I'm not doing this strictly for the money would look foolish. So, I mean, it's and that's not even for appearances why I'm doing it. It's because I actually care about the community. I care about, what happened was absolutely awful. I think the fact that all we're fighting about now is gun laws is disgusting. I think that it's something that we need to, like, come together and just have a discussion and make sure that whether it's a small population that ends up being educated or a large population, you always got to start with the small population, just like for me and my fan base. I'm not famous. It's always one fan at a time. If I can make one guy, one girl, whatever, smile at a show, they might buy a CD and come back out to the next show, and now I have a fan. Just like if you can educate and make someone's life a little bit more positive, one person at a time, eventually that spreads like wildfire and it becomes an overall good movement. So absolutely, I appreciate the fact you extended a hand out for me to be able to work with you in this event, and I will absolutely be as available as I possibly can.
Give the people, and again, I appreciate this, Birdcall, for you calling up and taking out the time. Let everybody know where they can find your material. Give them your hashtag. And, again, I appreciate you, my brother. We'll definitely be talking soon because this event will be happening in the next 2-3 weeks.
Oh, awesome, man. Thank you so much. Hey, first of all, thank you to you, Charlie Glass, and the Underground Express. This is awesome. I very much appreciate the fact you extended a hand out for me to be on the show. I've seen a lot of cool names come through here. I saw Tris Machado a couple of weeks ago. That's awesome. Lived the town over for me for years. Known that kid forever. I really like what he's doing, too. But as far as my stuff, you can find my new album commercial free at BIRDCALL 860. That's Birdcall 860.bandcamp.com. You can also go on DatPiff and search Birdcall. All three of my mixtapes are on there: Must Fly Zone, Jams, and Commercial Free. They're all on DatPiff. Commercial Free is an album format. It's not a mixtape. I want to get out there free for people because at this point they deserve it. If you want to support me, come, buy a ticket to a show. But my music at this point I'm going to give to you for free. So that's birdcall860.bandcamp.com for my new album. If you want to follow me on Twitter and you tweet me right now, you will get a tweet back. That is at MC Birdcall. The letters MC. MCBIRDCALL. All one word. And my Facebook page is facebook.com/ you guessed it, MC Birdcall. Letter M, letter C, BIRDCALL, all one word. And I mean, like I said, just contact me, talk to me, because I'm not a dude who's going to get a message and not respond to it, And if you contact me, you're going to get a contact back, whether it's just, I like what you're doing, I hate what you're doing, you want me to play a show, you want me to come, hang out, like whatever, just hit me up and, we can make this movement something that we can all do together.
Smoke something. You fucking haters. You're rocking with
Charlie Glass.